Hey everybody, in this video, we're going to talk about you have to be a rule breaker. You have to be a bad boy a little bit. You have to be a bad girl a little bit to manifest faster. You have to break the rules to manifest. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about what I mean. At the beach, by the way, down in Hua Hin in Thailand, a little bit farther away from the waves. It's high tide, but hopefully the sound isn't that bad. I'll see that when I upload this video. But other than that, let's rock and roll and get into this. What do I mean by you have to break the rules? Okay, you have to be a rule breaker. You got to stop following the rules. Okay, when you follow the rules, it actually slows down you trying to manifest. It slows down. When you set that attention for that dream house, you set all these rules. How are you going to get that dream house? It slows you down. And sometimes that dream house never ever comes. It's the same thing if you want your dream car. You're in a bad habit. You set all these rules. How are you going to get your dream car? And it never comes to you. I mean, this right here it could be what you're doing to stopping your manifesting. You got to break the rules. And let me explain what I mean by that. Okay. When we go through the school system, okay, we're taught that success is linear. We're taught that we have to obey the rules. We're taught that we have to create rules. You know, there's step one, there's step two, there's step three, there's step four, there's step five. And you can't jump from step one to step five. You got to go through this process. That's what I mean, is we're taught that success is linear. Okay, to get somewhere, there's a linear progression for you to get there. Same way, like if you want to, now this might be a bad example, but the same way if you want to be an attorney, you know, well, I gotta go get my bachelor's degree. After my bachelor's degree, I gotta go to law school. After law school, I gotta pass the bar. After I pass the bar, now I can get a job and start practicing law. Okay, that means like success is linear. There's certain things I gotta do. Okay, I can't just go from Chad today, then Chad being an attorney. We all know that. Okay, but this is what we apply to, even though this is a kind of a good example because we apply this to every area of our lives. And I'll give you another example real quick, and then we'll move on here. Is when I used to work in entertainment, and I worked on several sides. I worked on casting, production, and I worked as an actor. So creating your own rules in your mind, this is what I mean. Is like, well, I gotta go take acting classes. I gotta take acting lessons. And I gotta go get an acting coach. Then, or I have to go to school first. Okay, I gotta go to film school. Then after that, I have to start getting little day player roles, day player parts. Then after that, I'll start getting co-star parts. Now I'll start getting guest star parts. And then I start moving up the ranks. That's how we think. We create all these little rules, and a lot of us, we create these rules in our own mind. We make up these rules as we go. It's the same concept when you get a job and you think, well, I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to work my way up. You know, you're creating rules for yourself. Okay, how many times, like nowadays, okay, if I take a job and I start at the bottom, like almost when I think back, almost I've never moved up. You know, it's always somebody else that comes in and comes in straight from, besides moving up, they get hired in straight as management. You know what I mean? When I started there at the bottom thinking, oh, they're gonna promote me to manager. And I'm not saying like starting at the bottom, you don't ever move up. You do. But my sister's one of them. You know, you live in a small town, you work at the same job forever, and then you eventually move up. But but you gotta stop setting these rules because when we get into manifesting, this is where the rubber meets the road here. Your subconscious mind, I mean, all of you on here, you want to influence your subconscious mind. But what you have to understand, your subconscious mind is not linear. It's not linear progression. Your subconscious mind follows no rules. Listen to this again. Your subconscious mind follows no rules. Your subconscious mind is very, very illogical. Okay, this is why you hear people say if you follow other people on YouTube, maybe it's manifesting. Maybe in some of their videos, maybe they don't tell you, maybe they do. But that's why you hear people say you have to be very illogical. Stop putting logic to everything. Stop putting logic to your dream car, your dream house. Stop putting logic to you wanting to be a millionaire. There's no logic to this. Start being illogical. Your subconscious mind is not linear. It doesn't follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, and it's very, very illogical. Okay. Now the reverse happens. Our conscious mind, our thinking mind, what you see in the 3D world here is very logical. It has to follow a sequence of events. It's very analytical. Okay. It's thinking, well, what's the best thing to do? Yes or no? Yes or no? But your subconscious mind takes it as fact. It takes it as true. Whatever you give it, it takes it as true, and it starts to work, bringing it to you. That's why the subconscious mind is very illogical. Like, this is what I mean is you could be at step 1, and you can move from step 1 to step 6 from your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind can make that happen for you. Okay, you could be living in an apartment and jump right from you living in an apartment to living in your dream house. You don't have to follow a sequence of events. You don't have to say, well, I gotta start off in an apartment first. Then after the apartment, I have to rent a house first. Then after I rent a house, I gotta buy a house. But when I buy a house, I gotta buy a major fixer upper. So that way I can sell it to finally get into like a middle class house. And from there, I can sell that and get my dream house. This is what I mean. We all play these little games in our mind that we have to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. Step 6. That's what I mean. Break the rules. Be a rule breaker. Be a bad boy, bad girl when it comes to this stuff. That's what I mean. Your subconscious mind, the more you understand your subconscious mind, is that it's very illogical. It doesn't follow no rules. Okay, all it does is if I influence my subconscious mind with my dream house, it's going to start aligning things in order for me to get my dream house. And the more I've been doing this stuff for a long time, the more I follow and the more you research successful people, and I mean like usually multi-millionaires, at least a millionaire, at least they make a $500,000 a year, to kind of be fairly successful as far as finances. But I'm saying more in the millions, okay? Like they all have the same story, okay? They do. It's not that it's different for them, but it's really the similar thing. Either things just happen out of the blue for them, okay? All of a sudden, like if you're on YouTube, okay, you're still busting out YouTube videos. It's growing tiny bit. But then all of a sudden out of the blue, you go away for the weekend. Out of the weekend, you ignored YouTube, you went away, you had 2 videos go viral. From those 2 videos going viral, it shot your YouTube up to a whole different plateau, and you start making $500 a day. Out of you making like pennies a day. You went from making pennies to $500 a day. That's very illogical. It doesn't follow a sequence. Okay, you got to start thinking illogically. You got to start thinking that this stuff can happen to you. Okay, like if I want to go get back into the movies, okay, I'm in Thailand. I can sit there and think, you know what? They can offer me a part online. They can fly me for a screen test in Los Angeles. I don't have to be there. Okay, but they can be filming in Bangkok. I don't have to be in Bangkok. No, okay, I'll be in the right place at the right time, and they're just shooting there for a screen test or hire me on the spot. That's how your mind has to work. You don't need to do all this stuff. You got to start breaking the rules a little bit. I don't mean breaking the rules, you break the law, but you have to break the rules when it comes to manifesting. You have to break the rules when you start thinking linear. Okay, your subconscious mind, your spiritual mind is not linear. Wake up. It's not linear. You can go from step 2 to step 10. It can jump you. You can go from driving a beat up car that's 20 years old to driving your dream car. You don't need to go through the sequence of events. You go from having a job you hate to having a job you love. You can go from, having a job where you work at the bottom, now you're the CEO. That can happen. You got to start thinking that way. You got to think out of the box. Okay, you got to stop limiting yourself. And there's another thing I want to bring up before we wrap this up is we limit ourselves. Okay, when we think linear, okay, lots of times all these rules are made up in our mind. It's made up. But what happens is when we make up the rules, when we think linear, guess what happens? That's proven to us. Your subconscious mind just takes it as fact. It doesn't dictate, it doesn't argue with you. It doesn't say, Chad, stop thinking this way. Chad, this is the better choice over here. Your subconscious mind doesn't do that. Your subconscious mind just says, well, Chad's thinking he has to do step one, step two, step three, step four. So that's what he thinks. So that's what I'm going to give him. So that's created for me. So those of you thinking, maybe debating right now, or you're thinking that, well, Chad, you have to go through step one and step two, step three. Or you start thinking some an extreme example why you have to do it. But what happens is that's true for you, because you will always be proven true. Your subconscious mind will always prove you true, meaning that in your 3D world here, you're going to see it become true. If you think something is hard, it's going to be hard. If you think something is easy, it's going to be easy for you, because your subconscious mind is going to make it true. If I think I don't have to follow all the rules, I don't have to follow step one, step two, step three, step four, step five, okay, and I influence my subconscious mind with this thought, the subconscious mind just, boom, takes it as fact. And it jumps you from step one to step six. That's why you have to start being aware of today. I want you to start being aware of, what are you doing? Are you setting the rules in your mind? Are you creating up these false rules, these false realities? When your 3D world here is a simulation, you're in control. And this is what you have to understand. You're in control. I'm in control. The same powers I have, you have. Okay? If manifesting's working for someone else, it can work for you. If someone's living in their dream house, so can you. If someone's driving their dream car, so can you. If someone's making $1 million, so can you. That's what you have to understand. But we're creating all these little rules, these baby rules that hold us back, because our subconscious mind just gives it to you. When you start breaking the rules, when you start being a bad boy a little bit, a bad girl a little bit, you don't follow the rules. You start saying things like, I'm a multimillionaire, when you're a brokey. Like almost like Andrew Tate. When Andrew Tate says, you brokey. Okay, you might be broke, you might not have enough money, but you think like a millionaire. You can jump from being broke to millions of dollars overnight. Okay, even Ed Milet says this. Like, I love when he says, I mean, I know Ed Milet. I used to work for him long time ago. Uh, but the power of one more. So the power of one more can change your life overnight. That's what you have to understand. Okay, no matter what you're doing for a living, if you're doing YouTube, you're one video away from it changing your life overnight. Okay, if you're doing a podcast, you're one podcast away from it changing your life overnight. No matter what you do, if you're an entrepreneur, you're one more away. No matter what business you're in, you're one more away from it changing your life overnight. And that's thinking illogical. You can go from struggle to going from to wealth. You can go from struggling with money, where money's coming in so fast, you don't even know what to do with it. It's coming in so fast. You're thinking to yourself, holy shit, where was all this when I was struggling? That's how your subconscious mind works, and that's how you have to adapt your thinking. You have to think this way. One of the things I do is a little bit robotic affirmations, but I kind of tune it to myself. It isn't like a fancy paragraph or anything like that. It's just, I wake up in the morning, dude, I'm gonna have a fantastic day. When I go shopping, I can buy anything I want in here. When I go grocery shopping, I do that. I can buy anything I want in here. I'm a multi-millionaire. Okay, lots of times I walk through the day, I'll be like, dude, money comes to me so fast, I don't even know what to do with it. Okay, I make so many sales, I don't even know what to do with it. People email me, I can't even keep up with the emails. Okay, I'm just sitting there sending emails all day long. I can't even keep up with it. Success just keeps on coming to me in avalanches. Think out of the box. Okay, that's what manifesting is about. You can call the unseen into the seen. That's the powers we have. Abundance is inside us. Abundance is a birthright. Heaven is within you. The Spirit is within you. The Holy Spirit is within you. God is inside you. Okay, Jesus said you can call the unseen to the seen. You can have anything you want. You just have to realize you have this power. But what's holding you back is you think progress is linear. You think progress is a straight line, and it's not. Okay? I mean, it it is and it's not. Let me put it that way. Okay? If you think progress is linear, it's linear for you because you're proven right. Because your subconscious mind will make it true for you. If you sit there and argue with me and you say, well, Chad, progress is linear, what is true for you? You're proving right. Okay, you're not wrong, you're right, because your subconscious mind will make it true for you. But if I sit here and say, this is the power we have, if I sit there and say, progress isn't linear, and I can give you many examples of my life that it's not, okay, or things that's happened to me, then it's true for me because that's what I see in my reality. That's my subconscious mind making it true for me. And that's what we have to understand. Okay. And in a realm, okay, I'm not right and you're wrong, and you're not right and I'm wrong. We're both right. Okay. In a higher consciousness, we're both right because what you feel is true for you is proven to you, and what I feel is true for me is proven to me. Okay, that's what we have to understand. When we get into this higher consciousness game, everybody's right because your world is proven to you. Your world is just a reflection of what's inside you. Okay, your success is just a reflection of what's inside you. Okay, if deep inside you, you hate money, you make fun of people with money, you make fun of multimillionaires, you belittle them, you're jealous and envy of them, well, guess what? You can't have it. But your subconscious mind won't allow it. Why, why would your subconscious mind give you something that you hate and despise? It's not going to come to you. Okay, you have to be aware of how you're thinking. You have to be aware of your thoughts. And even in this video, we're talking about linear thinking. Linear thinking is fucking you up. Like thinking linear progress. Progress is not linear. You have to listen to this stuff over and over and over and over and over until you finally just get it. You finally really believe it for yourself. You can get it. You can argue with me, debate with me, but you're not getting the results you want. The reason why you're not getting the results you want is because you don't really believe it deep down. That's why all the junk is still coming in your life. All the stuff that you don't want is still coming in your life. You have to be aware. Once you're aware, you can change it. Period. You have the power to change it. You have the power to think anything you want. You have the power to think wanting things. Even with me, I mean, living like a child, it's going right back to, it's okay to want things. It's okay to want your dream house, your dream car. It's okay to want tons of money because you can help more people. You can help your family. You can retire your family. You know what I mean? It's okay to want things. It's okay. It's okay to live the life of your dreams, whatever that is for you. It's okay. It's okay. Stop having other people's opinion of you dictate what you want. That's part of the issue too. But anyway, guys, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I wanted to share that with you because we think linear and throw away linear. Start breaking the rules. Start thinking out of the box. Okay? When you think about your dream house, let go of the how. The how isn't your concern. When you start controlling the how, all that means is you're thinking linear progress. You're trying to think linear. You're trying to put rules to all this stuff, and the rules are not up to you. That's why you don't give the rules. Just, hey, I want my dream house. I want this. And you go inside that state and you let go of the how. You let your subconscious mind go to work and figure it out for you. But your subconscious mind is going to figure it out for you, 100%. But anyway, blessings to you. Comment below. I updated my pinned comment, by the way. I didn't say that through the video. Updated my pinned comment. I updated my description. All the services are inside there, so check that out. So that's kind of coming down the road, getting more organized here with YouTube. But anyway, comment below. Blessings to you. Love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next video.